bit slow. I wonder why. Will you be happy to go out there and say, I am a graduate of UM? Yes or no? So why don't you say yes just now? When you go out there and when you go and show people, a prospective employer and so on, that you have graduated from UM, we hope that whoever has employed you and say, yes, you are the right candidate to work for this organization. I hope that will be the conclusion. Now, how can you all make sure that your employer will be happy with you? How agaknya? Can you tell me? Now, I have to walk around and interview some of you. The question here is, that's why if you want to be interviewed, you have to come to the front, and not sit at the back. My friend, how can you make UM proud of you? By the way, you don't have to take any notes. Today, whatever I lecture will not come out in your exam. Yes, my friend.
Do the best I can for when I job.
Do the best you can in your job. Will that be enough or not to make UM proud of you? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes? What do you think? Is that enough? When you do your best, you will make UM proud. Yes or no?
Yes.
What do you think, my friend?
Depends on our capabilities.
Depends on your capability. What if you go out there and, I don't know, where do you want to work later on? Tell me one company that you will work. Sorry?
Still thinking.
Still thinking. My friend, where do you think you will work?
Company.
Huh? You don't want to work?
Not sure.
Not sure. Where do you want to work?
Don't know.
Where will you work?
The top 100 universities.
You want to work in the top 100. Unfortunately, it's not in Malaysia. See? My friend, when you work in a company, I don't know, perhaps you go and work with CIMB Bank, maybe lah kan. You are recruited and work with the CIMB Bank, and every year CIMB Bank will recruit hundreds of graduates, betul tak? And they will recruit UM graduates, they will recruit UITM graduate, they will recruit UTM graduate, they will recruit graduates from London School of Economy, they will recruit students from Sheffield University, Bachelor of Accounting, and so on, and so on, and so on, betul tak? What happens? Now they have recruited 100 new graduates, and CIMB Bank thinks the graduate from Sheffield University is better. Is that possible or not? After 6 months, after 1 year, after 2 years, then they start comparing the graduates. They say, I think the one that graduate from Sheffield University is better. Let us say lah. What will happen then? Will you make UM proud or not? Huh? Come on, I want to know. If that is the case, I'm saying if that is the case, will you make us proud or not? If the employer thinks the one that has graduated from Sheffield University or from the London School of Economics is better, will you make UM proud or not? Definitely not. Because every year I am invited to this meeting chaired by the Minister of Higher Education, where this meeting is the Vice Chancellors meeting the captains of industry. The Vice Chancellor meeting the captains of industry. And if one of the boss there, it could be the CEO of Maybank, it could be the CEO of the chairman of Pricewaterhouse, say, actually the graduate from London School of Economics is better. if this is what they say in that meeting, I don't know where to put my face. I don't know where to put my face. Why is this making noise? Boleh kita switch off tak this one? So, my friend, you must understand that at the end of the day, whether you make UM proud or not, is what the CEO say about you all. Betul tak? So if you think you will do your best and that will make UM proud, I don't think that is the answer. It's not necessary. And why is it that will make the CEOs that we meet in that meeting, chaired by the Minister of Education, will say UM graduate is the best? What is it that will make them say that? Because if in that meeting the CEO kata, oh, UM punya graduate, no problem, we employ many of them here, that one you will make us all really proud. How to make sure of that? How? Sorry? Macam mana?
Increase ranking university.
Increase the ranking of university. Very good idea. He wants me to jump straight into the slide, I think. I think he will make UM proud. Okay, since he wants me to talk about the slide, I go. Let's go into the slide. Next slide, please. Okay, this is basically I want to talk about. Next slide, please. Okay, university ranking. But my friend, that is part of the answer. I will come back to that. But let me talk about university ranking. Every year this thing comes out in the newspaper. UM is ranked so, rank number berapa, UTM berapa, UKM. You see it or not? And after that they start asking question in parliament, betul tak? And then the VC all will have the terrible headache for about a month, because the reporter will ask what happened lah, tu lah ni, right or not? Let me ask you, do you think ranking is important or not? How many of you think, forget this, is not important? Put up your hand. How many of you think this is important? Put up your hand. Oh, so I see about what, 80%? Those who didn't put up the hand, what do you think? Both important and not important. Aduh. It's not very easy to give a lecture in a big hall, isn't it? I wonder what courses do you run here? Oh, with this number of students? No, this would be a full house. Okay, unfortunately I have to talk about ranking. In the world there are 3 ranking systems. And every time that comes out in the newspaper, which ranking system is that they are talking about? Do you know? Yang mana satu tu they are talking about? Which one? There is a QS World University Ranking. That is the Times Higher Education World University Ranking. And there is a Shanghai Jiao Tong Ranking. Which one are they talking about in the newspaper? Do you know? Second one. Second. Do you know which one or not? Actually the public don't even care and doesn't even know which one. But they just talk about ranking, and I don't even know what the public is talking about today. You know that or not? Actually, the ranking that they're talking about now is the third one. Not about the second one, not even about the first one. Why is it that we are only talking about the third ranking? Why? Apa sebabnya? What do you think? Somebody wants to work in the top 100 universities today. Who is it? You ke? Then you must know a bit about ranking.
I don't know.
You don't want to work anymore, is it? After he saw the 3 rankings, he doesn't want to work anymore. Now my friend, look, there are 3 well-known ranking system in the world now. QS, THE, which means Times Higher Education, and the top one, Shanghai Jiao Tong. The only ranking system that UM can participate is the bottom one. number 2 and the number 1, we cannot participate. We are not qualified. We are not qualified to go into number 2 and number 1. Tapi if we are talking about Cambridge University, Harvard University, all they enter. UM can only go to the third one. Are you happy or not about this?
No.
Why?
Because I study in UM.
See, you yourself not happy because UM cannot participate in the second and the first one, right? And you want UM to participate?
Yes.
Yes. If you want UM to participate, now I'm going to tell you what you can do such that I can say, okay, next year we go into the second one. But you also have your job to do, no? If you want us to participate. And you want to know what is your job? What is your role? You want to know? I will come to that role in a minute. But after I tell you what is your role, you must promise me you will do it. Can or not? Jangan kata like him just now, he wants to work in the top 100. After that he say he doesn't want anymore. I will tell you what, because everyone has a role to play in order to go to the next one and to the next one. Everyone has a role. It's not just me, you know. Prof Zainuddin also has a role to do. And let me tell you what that role is. Betul tak? Let me start with the third ranking system first. This one. In the QS ranking system, they evaluate by 6 criteria. Okay, you tengok tu academic peer review, citation per faculty, and so on. Betul tak? Tell me, you all ni can contribute to which one here? You all, which one? Sorry? Which one? Tell me.
Academic peer review.
Academic peer review. You ada contribution? Ada contribution or not? Meow. Tak ada. You know how they do the academic peer review? Okay, they have just done it last week. I'm telling a story for the next ranking exercise. They did it last week already. How? They will ask me, please list about 200 universities throughout the world, the name of professors, give me their email address, their telephone number, send it to them. You know why they do that? Because they will send email to all these professors and they ask this professor to evaluate UM. What do they think? Already sent. You cannot do anything now. Too late. Already sent, already evaluated, I think. And soon, I will also be getting from them a list of university for me to evaluate. What do I think? So you have a role or not? No, you don't. You will not be able to do the marking. And that is 40%. A lot of universities are not happy with this one. USM is not happy because they kata this one 40 marks is too much to ask some professor in US to evaluate us. You go to Denver, Colorado, you talk to some professor, they don't even know Malaysia. They don't know Malaysia. When I went to Denver, Colorado in 2003, I met some people like you know, in the bus stop. And they asked, where are you from, mate? And I said, I'm from Malaysia. Then I asked him, do you know where Malaysia is? And you know how he responded to me? He said, is it near Ghana? If they don't know where Malaysia is, do you think they know University of Malaya? They think it's some in the coconut tree or what, you know. And 40 marks. How? How? 40 marks for this? They may send the form to the University of Saint Lucia. You know where is Saint Lucia? They may send the form to Timbuktu. Do you know where Timbuktu is?
No.
You don't even know, you know. But University of Saint Lucia, University of Timbuktu exists in the world. They can send to the professor there and evaluate us. How? But if I ask you, do you know where Harvard University is? Do you know where Cambridge University is?
Yes.
Do you know where University of London is? All of you knows. Do you know Timbuktu University?
No.
University of Trinidad and Tobago? Susah ni kan. And that is 40 marks. Do you think you can score high University of Malaya? Susah kan, you know. And I cannot go around the world, visit every country and tell where University of Malaya is. I go to the streets of London pun they don't know where University of Malaya is. Except if I meet a Malaysian. In the street, famous Oxford Street in London, you will find a Malaysian every 10 minutes walking there. You know. But once you go out to Bristol ke, you go out to apa ni, Hull ke apa, then lesser Malaysian, okay. But this one Timbuktu, how will they evaluate Malaysia, right? Kita sudah struggling with 40 marks. Okay, mana lagi yang you all can contribute? Tell me, which one? Which criteria? What? Number 3, student-faculty ratio. Okay, let me explain to you how they evaluate this. Student-faculty ratio. Student-faculty ratio, they take how many students here, divide by how many academic staff, divide. In this university, 27,000 divided by 2,500. And that's the ratio. The smaller the ratio, the more marks you get. The smaller the ratio. Maknanya, let us say ada 2,500 staff, and if the student here is 2,500, 1, right? Oh, that one you get very high marks. That means you can get about 19.9 anything. But if it is 27,000 divided by 2,500, how many marks you think you can get? How many marks you can get, you think? If we talk about California Institute of Technology, Caltech, the student number, you know berapa? It's about 3 or 4,000 only. Tapi academic staff dia berapa? It's about 8,000. So if you want to help us in this number 3 ni, what must you do? What must you do? What? Yeah, you have to go and retire first. Boleh buat tak? Maknanya some of you kena berhenti. Boleh tak? So you cannot help number 3. Mana lagi you nak tolong? I see 5 international student. I see 1 or 2 just now. International student, put up your hand. I want to see how many. Berapa tu? Tolong kira berapa? How many? About 20 in this hall. 15 international students in this hall. We can get more marks, but maximum 5 saja. Maximum 5. But we can get more marks if there are more of you who put up the hand just now. So that's why when I ask you, better put up your hand. Now in this university we have 3,800 international students out of 27,000. But if I